Wow, so the pair is moving this thing. So the thing is moving. Can you people hear me? So this daylight saving thing should pass by next week so that you have a piece of. This daylight savings is making me miss a lot of praise. So this one I would have even taken it, but because of this. So kindly give a like. You see, the thing is moving. The thing is moving. This thing is moving. You get it? This thing is moving, but the timing is very, very bad. Let me check. The timing is not good at all. think this thing should pass. And when this thing pass, we are really going to make a lot of money. So let me check the economic calendar and see. So I think that the market is going to come to normal. We are going to be in the normal time next, so 12, yeah. Yeah, so after this week, so I think after this week, it will come to normal. The market will come to normal. So next week, you move to the normal times, because this thing is making us. So AUD card is something that I even plan of taking a sell, but because I usually have to base on. So you see, when it comes to trading, you need to respect your this thing. You need to respect your, like, your journal. You see, as you've taken records of your losing trades, you notice what you lost. It made you lost a trade. You don't have to continue repeating your. You don't have to continue repeating what made you lose that trade. You get it. You need to make sure you are what, getting rid of the losses and what, sticking to what, the wins. Like what made you win. That's what you need to pay attention to. So this is something that in the past times I was taking trades before what, as in the pre-lending session, and I used to be losing a lot. So because of that, I just journal it in my trades, wrote it in my trades, my this thing, my journal, that I'm not going to be doing such thing again. You get it? I'm not going to be doing such thing again. And I've been missing a lot of trades based on that. I've been missing a lot of. So this one, we're having some gap over here. You see, there was a gap over here that the market needs to fill. You get it? There was a gap over here that the market needs to fill. So this is something that I plan of taking. But the timing, unless it is 7 a.m., that is when I will take a trade, because it's something that I've written it down. I don't have to break my rules. Okay, I don't have to feel. I'm not feeling any FOMO, like fear of I'm missing this trade. It's definitely going to fill this gap. It is definitely. It is something that I plan of, or it is something that I was looking for before the, what do you call it? Before the market after the market open. This is something that I was looking for. Take a buy over here for this gap to get filled. And for this gap to get filled, it is following structure perfectly. You get it? The daily time frame is an uptrend. If you look at the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame is an uptrend. So it is something that is going to fill this gap. Okay. So there was a gap over here the market needs to fill. So it is something that I planned. So when this one was even before forming, it's even formed very high. The price was very high. I was thinking like it will form, the H4 candle is going to form below the side. You get it? It's going to form like below the side so that you can get a good risk reward. But it happens the market moved very fast, so it's, the timing is very bad. Like when from, was it started, I think November or so. From November to February, from November to February, it is not a good month for me. It's a bad month. From November to February is a bad month. So entering, we are about to be ushered into March, and I think we are going to be getting good trades at the right time. The market is not going to move before us, because the 6 o'clock, the H4 candle during the lending session is going to close around 6 o'clock. So I think you can be getting good trades to be taken during that time. So, but from November to February hasn't been good month. So if you are a trader and you have not gone through one market cycle, don't complain, because you have not gone through one market cycle. Okay, you need to gain the experience gone through market cycle to get to understand how the market operates. Okay, so for me, I've gone through market cycle like 5 to 6 times, but I think last year was the one that I really paid attention to. Last year on was the one that I really paid attention to. Was the one that I really paid attention to. So the timing is very bad. I don't want to break my rules based on the rules I've set for myself. I don't want to break my rules. You get it? I don't want to make an impulsive. I would have taken it around when the H4 candle closed. I would have taken it because the 30-minute time frame gave a perfect structure. I hope you can see it over here. So this would have been the point I would have taken the buy. You get it? This would have been this is a perfect. The market just made a breakout, just pulled back, formed, give us a market structure over here, pull back. So this would have been the point I would have taken the buy. But what happened? Price decided to just move up like this. You get it? Price decided to move up. So I'm just the 7 o'clock is not the pre-lending session, even though we are in pre-lending, but this is not like the pre-lending I'm expecting. I'm expecting pre-lending to come around for something. So this trade is something that I even sent it in the Telegram group. So it has really moved. This would have been the point I would have taken the trade. I didn't want to break my rules. I would have taken a buy straight up. I didn't want to break my rules. You see, rules are very important when it comes to trading. You don't have to just set some rules for yourself and you just break it because you feel like later the thing will move against you and you will regret you shouldn't have taken such trade and other stuff. So if I miss it, I think I'm very glad because I analyzed it and it played out well, even though I didn't see the money, but I think it sounds good. So AUD card was also something that I even plan of taking, but the timing has spoiled everything. The timing has spoiled everything. So this one too, when the H4 break, this was the point I was thinking of taking a sell. Okay, but USD card, since USD card is a major and it is forming, anytime crosses and majors are forming at the same time, I would love to take the major currency pair as compared to the crosses. Okay, as compared to the crosses. So USD card was the trade I wanted to take, but at the time, and I'm very disciplined when it comes to trading. I'm very disciplined. You get it? So at this point, this market is going to, I think it's going to give like 1 to 1:1.46 risk reward. So it is a trade that I sent it in the Telegram. So if you watch, you can see, I don't know whether you people on YouTube, you can see the Telegram. I sent it on Telegram, my Telegram. So if you have not signed up, or it's free, if you are not in my free Telegram, I think you are missing out because mostly so damn, that thing is moving. So trading, you need to be very, very disciplined when it comes to trading. You need to be very, very disciplined. I'm not beginners are the ones that they are going to feel impulsive because at the onset of this move, when this move was moving, I saw it over here, and it is something that I even plan of taking. But the time, you see, the time is very important. Trading, so all these things are part of trading plan. Okay, your trading plan should include the time you are going to be executing a trade. Your trading plan should include the times you are going to be executing a trade. So with the time, so the high has now been broken. The high has been broken. So the chances that this one is going to move to this side is very high. Okay, so let's say the trade has been moved. So because if you check the economic calendar, you will notice that we don't have any high impact news today. Today is a clean day. Today is a clean day. If you watch the economic calendar, you notice that today is a clean day. We don't have any major impact news. So these are the times that I think it is. And I think, okay, so the high impact news is going to happen around the New York Stock Exchange session. That's ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay, that's when you are going to be having high impact news. That's when you are going to be having high impact news. Yeah, so we missed the trade. I think it's going to pull back. It's going to pull back. Let's see if it pulls back. to entry, if it pulls back to entry, the stop loss is 16 pips. The take profit is 22 pips. So let's see if it's going to pull back to entry. Let me check. So if you have not given like, you have to like the stream. Kindly click on the thumbs up button, like the stream, give a like to the stream. So I'm waiting for 7 o'clock to see what's going to happen. 7 o'clock a.m. to see what's going to happen. Maybe it will pull back to entry. I might go in aggressively if it pulls back to entry. Yeah, so it's pulling back. Because I have a strong hope that this zone should get filled. So let me check out on gold and see what's happening over there. Wow, so gold has closed very well, but if you look at the daily time frame, yeah, the range is very small when it comes to gold. The range is very small. And looking at the area of interest is the reactional level. So price is far from the reactional level. Yeah, price is far from the reactional level. The range on gold is very small. So 51 pips. The range is very small. And mostly I like to take, when it comes to gold, I like to take trades if it is close to the area of interest, like if it is close to my high time frame area of interest or the reactional level. So now price is far from the reactional level. So this is the reactional level. So if I'm taking a sell over here, since the other time frames are pointing down, okay, other time frames are heading down. If you look at the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame trend is what? An uptrend at this point. H4 time frame is what? Sorry, the H4 time frame is a downtrend at this point. Price was trending up with when at this swing, price was trending up. Price broke out, okay, tends what? A downtrend. So the daily is a downtrend. H4 time frame is what? Also a downtrend. If you look at this one, you notice that it was a downtrend at this point. You get it? It was a downtrend at this point, and price has created this resistance over here. There was a gap to be filled over here. There was a gap over here to be filled. But if you are taking an entry, mostly this is how I usually go by. If I'm taking an entry over here, I usually prefer taking a trade which is close to what? This area of interest. Okay, this area of interest. So if I'm taking a sell over here, I need to place my stop loss beneath this area of interest. Let's say I have to place my stop loss below this one. Okay, so comparing my risks to my reward, it's kind of something, it's not worth taking. Okay, unless maybe you are scalping, but the range is very small. The target range and price is also far from the area of interest for me. To me, it's far from the area of interest, so I'm not interested in this. So even though price might be selling, okay, to fill this gap, there was a gap over here. There was a gap over here, so price needs to fill this gap. But yeah, but this thing is, price is far from this, because if you take a trade over here, one thing you have to have it in mind or bear in mind is what? Price can pull back, and if it is pulling back, if you take a trade over here and you place your stop loss around this side, if price is pulling back, you are going to be in deep drawdown. Okay, the drawdown is going to be matched. The drawdown is going to be matched before price. I don't want to enter. So let's say maybe if the trade, if you are taking the sell over here and your stop loss is around this side, I think that one makes sense, because even if you are going to be in drawdown, it is not going to be too much as compared to if your stop loss is around this side. Okay, that's according to me. According to me, I mostly take trades close to what the higher time frame levels when it comes to gold. I use the higher time frame levels. So anytime price is close to those levels, I'm looking for an entry. Okay, based on the trend of the market or the direction of the market, I'm looking to take a trade close to what? The area of interest. That's what usually I prefer doing. So I will not love to take a sell on gold. It's far from the area of interest. Okay, it's far from the area of interest. If you look at the 30 minutes, if you look at the 30 minutes, there was what, a rejectional level over here. There was a rejectional level over here. If you look at the 15-minute time frame. So I think if price break over here, pull back, I think it's going to be a good sell. But as I'm saying, price is currently far from the area of interest. Okay, I want price to be close to the area of interest, but currently price is far from the area of interest, so I'm not interested in taking. Yeah, so USD card is pulling back. USD card is pulling back. So I would love to wait for the H1 candle to close. So the H1 candle is going to close around in the next 8 minutes. The H1 candle is going to close. The H1 candle is going to close. So it's currently pulling back. As I said, price is currently what, pulling back to the area of interest. A 15-minute time frame is pulling back. You see, you need to respect your rules when it comes to trading. If you set rules for yourself, if you are not disciplined in your real life or in general, you can't be a trader. Okay, and I think discipline is, to be disciplined in trading is not about. It's not going to be as a result. You are not going to be solving those problems by what, reading books. You are going to be solving those problems. Not. You are going to be solving those problems by what, having enough chat time. Okay, if you have enough chat time, if you do it consistently, those bad habits you are going to get rid of those bad habits. That's what I think. So this one, I took a trade before, I lost. I took a trade before, and I journaled those things that I was doing, and I noticed the timing is very bad most of the times when I take a trade. So I just wrote it in my journal, that I don't have to be taking trades during that time. And you see, price is perfectly pulling back. Okay, you see, price is perfectly pulling back. That's what we call discipline. Okay, that's what we call discipline. So you need to be disciplined by respecting your rules, discipline in obeying your rules. So I'm even thinking of, if the 15-minute time frame close, I'm thinking of either, if price is still close, I'm thinking of either to take a trade. That's what I'm thinking of, because since the target is at this point, if you look at the H4 time frame, there was what, a break. The high of the candle has been broken. The high of the candle has been broken. Okay, so now candle structure 2 is an uptrend. Candle structure is an uptrend. So I'm thinking of going in for a buy, but I have to wait for the M30 to close. Sorry, the H1 candle to close. I have to wait for the H1 candle to close. So it's pulling back. And since I strongly believe that this zone should be filled. But I need to wait for the H1 candle to close. I need to wait for the H1 candle to close. So when I was doing my markup, the high probability or the high chances, high trade setups, I think I projected this one too, but GBP as it's moved during the Asian session. Okay, I projected this one too. This one was in at the top of my my watch list. I was expecting this one to move up. I think it moved before time. Yeah, it moved before time. And it was not even giving a clear entry signal. Looking at the lower time frame, it was not giving a clear entry signal. Yeah. Yeah, so these were the trade that I projected of taking. USD card was on top of my watch list. GBP NZ, GBP AUD was also on top of my watch list. I was expecting price to come to the area of interest. You see, price came exactly on the area of interest, and what happened? Price decided to move up, rally up. So it was part of my trades that I was looking for. So it was on top of my watch list because this is a weekly resistance level. Okay, this is a weekly resistance level, and if price has gotten to this side, the chances that price is going to move up is very high. So I was expecting price to move to this side. So it moved during the Asian session. Okay, it moved during the Asian session. So I was expecting the lending session later. I was expecting it to close around this side, and during the lending session, I'll just find an entry and take a buy. But what happened? Price moved. And looking at USD CAD was also top of my watch list. It was also top of my watch list. I was expecting price to come, so price just came to the area of interest. But I have to wait for so we have like 3 minutes for the H1 candle to close. We have like 2 minutes for the. I'm thinking just. So trading becomes very simple if you have a trading plan. Trading, I'm really enjoying trading because I have a trading plan. I have a system. Okay, so I have a picture of my entries and setups. So the moment a similar thing happens, I'll just watch the screenshots. I just watch the screenshots and what? Oh, this thing aligns with what I trade. Then I just take it. So this is what mostly I do. I have a screenshot. It's like copy and paste. Oh, this thing aligns with the way I see the chart. Then quickly I just execute. If it meets my entry criteria, as in the time of the day and those stuffs, I just execute. So we have like 2 minutes for this one to close. But if it is far, this one is far. I don't want to be an impulsive. Like mostly, I don't find interest if I don't get the first shot. Okay, so let's say maybe if price is around this side, if I'm taking the impulse entry over here, if I get the first shot, I'm really happy about it. But if price move up, pulls back, normally I'm not interested because if price has moved up, you don't know what happened when it's moved up. And if it is pulling back, the chances that maybe it's a real fake out move, or it's the real move of what the uptrend was the fake out move, you might not know. So usually I prefer the first move. Okay, if price moved first, that's what usually I prefer. Yeah, happy new month, Danny. How are you doing? So the market is about to start normal. So I've given myself a target this month. I've just funded a small account. I want to flip it. I've funded like $60. I want to flip $60 to $500 to $1,000 by the end of the month. That's my goal for this month. I might blow it, or what? I might blow it. You see, trading is a game of probability, but I strongly believe in my system. I might blow it. Okay, I might, but that's my goal for this month. Is to just try the small account. I want to flip it 500 to at least the minimum should be $500 or $1,000 by the end of the month. 30 days. Sometimes I might get there before the 30 days. So let's see how it goes. So this is USD CAD. So now the H1 candle has closed. The 7 o'clock candle has closed. Are you going to get some pullbacks? So this is USD card. The candle has closed. I'm thinking of being what aggressive over here. Is it going to come to the entry? Because I strongly believe this one should move up. I strongly believe this one should move up. I strongly believe it should move up. So if I enter over here, it's kind of high for me. Kind of. Price is kind of high. So I was thinking maybe it's going to pull back. You're going to get like 1 to 1. I want to get a good. I was thinking maybe it's going to pull back. I don't like to buy it over here. 16 pips. So let me see. One point two. I just said USD card. So it's USD card. It's USD card. Yeah, price is pulling back. Let me check the age for. Let me check the age for. Wow, what's happening? Yeah, price is pulling back. Yeah, so if you see, it is really looking good. If you look at the H1 time frame, you still have this zone to get filled. Yeah, so price is coming back to the entry. I feel like being aggressive over here. Yeah. So I want to be an aggressive over here. First trade. Um, 0. Hey. So I just the order hasn't been triggered. Yeah, so I executed a buy over here. Let's see how it goes. So I sent it in my private group. So stop loss. So the stop loss is going to be below this one. Yeah, so I executed a buy. Let's see how it goes. It can be a loss, it can be a win. This thing. So this is an aggressive entry. I'm expecting this gap to get filled. I'm expecting this one to just flip for the gap to get filled. So let's see how it goes. Stop loss in place. You know the amount you are risking, so no hard feeling. If it comes against us, fine. So the stop loss is around this side. I'm hoping this one will get filled. Let me check out on gold. So gold is just doing the do very slow. So this was a trade GBP was a trade I was looking for. I was looking up to take. So if you look left now, there was no area of interest looking left. So the chances that this one pulls back, it will continue up is very high. Yeah, so USD card is making a deep pullback. It's making a deep pullback. It's making a deep pullback. These people. So the reason why I took an aggressive this thing is because I want this gap. I strongly believe this gap can get filled. Okay. I strongly believe this gap can get filled. So that's what I'm hoping for the gap to get filled. So all the odds are in my favor. If you look at the various time frames, daily time frame is an uptrend. H4 time frame, an uptrend. H1, an uptrend. So all the time frames are looking good. All the time frames are looking good. So you are hoping to take advantage of this small area. That's what we are hoping to take advantage. But currently in drawdown, hoping it will flip for price to be in our favor. Hoping it will flip. Yeah, so you don't have to, you just have to manage risks and execute trades that is in according to your trading plan. That's all about trading. If it is in accordance with your trading plan, you just execute, because trading in a whole is a probability. Like even the right setups mostly what fails. So if it is in accordance with your trading plan, just have to execute and leave the rest to what the market is going to do if it happens. But if you are scared of, you don't want to execute, you're afraid, then you can't be a trader, because it's all about risking money. It's all about risks, no reward in trading. If you can't risk, you can't be a trader. So you need to risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, so far the only trade I saw its interest in its USD card. That aligns with my trading plan is USD card. So AUD, yeah, AUD NZD2, I was thinking it's going to make a pullback. It's going to make a pullback and price will just take off. But the way the structure was. No risk, no reward. Brainy, no risk, no reward. Yeah, no risk, no reward. If you can't risk, you can't be a trader. You just go and find a job doing. But you see, I always advocate for this thing. Even though we mostly say no risk, no reward, but you need to understand whatever you are doing first. Okay, you need to understand whatever you are doing first. A lot of people don't usually understand what they do, what they are doing. They just risk it without no understanding. Without one, I think it's a bad financial decision you take. So you have to always understand whatever you are doing before you risk. So this one we followed our trading plan and we are risking. If it happens, it goes in our favor. That's fine. It's a good job. So this one has just made a breakout. GBP NZD has made a breakout. So it's kind of slow. Yeah, so gold is, as we indicated, gold is selling. So you have some gap over here. You have some gap over here. So the chances that this gap is going to get filled on gold. Yeah. So lending open hasn't started yet. So in the next 41 minutes, you have like 41 minutes ahead of us. We have like 41 minutes ahead of us. Yeah, so NVD card is giving us the same structure as with AUD card too as well. But with this one, we were having a lot of key levels around. So it wasn't something good taking. Oh. So USD card is pulling back. It's kind of pulling back. Lending bridge is falling down. So if you look at the H1 time frame, So you see, mostly the reason why I say like taking a trade which is close to the area of interest. You see this one, imagine maybe you got a trade over here. The pullback is not going to be much. But this one, even though you are right with the direction, you are going to be experiencing a deep pullback, and which sometimes it's kind of frustrating and annoying. Okay. If you see a deep pullback, it's kind of frustrating and annoying. So I always advocate for taking a trade which is close to what? Close to the area of interest. If it is close to the area of interest, I think it's good. It's kind of good. So we are waiting for lending open to see what's going to happen. We are waiting for lending open to see the outcome. Let me see the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so the 15-minute time frame is dropping, but the stop loss is below the previous, is below the side. So if it comes back and break this one, we accept we lost. So it's coming down hard. It's coming down hard. So gold is consolidating. Gold is kind of consolidating. So USD card is making a deep pullback to the area of interest. So the entry level was around this side. Targeting like 1 to 2. It's like 1 to 2. So now I'm hoping lend it open. Around 8 o'clock, London is going to open. So if London opens, maybe you might see, because this gap needs to get filled. This gap needs to get filled. This gap needs to get filled. That's what I'm thinking. This gap needs to get filled. Okay, okay. So now you are in deep drop down. Maybe London open will just, let's see if London open is move up. So this one just made a pullback on the area of interest. It is now bouncing back. So you see, mostly what I normally like, trade that I normally like, you see, when price is close to this one. So even if it is pulling back, it is not going to be as massive as compared to, if this one is pulling back, it's not going to be as massive, because this level is going to mostly restrain price from moving further down. But if you enter a trade around this side, the chances that price is going to pull back is very high. If it pulls back, it is far from what the area of interest. You get it? It is far from the area of interest. So AUD card needs to also fill this one. So if you look at the H1 time frame, if you look at the H1 time frame, just made a nosedive. Yeah, so this one too is far from the area of interest. This one too is far from the area of interest. If your stop losses are, it's kind of far from the area of interest. Yeah, so it's currently GBP AUD is also pulling back. So USD card is kind of making a deep pullback over here. So what's going to happen? Is it going to break the low? If it breaks the low, this is where stop loss is going to be hit. If it comes back and break the previous candle low, break the structure and break the previous candle low, then stop loss it. Then stop loss it. So we have like 30 minutes for landing. Okay. So let's see how landing open is going to be. Is landing open going to flip price to move up? So we have like 2 seconds for the 15-minute time frame has closed. Is it going to give us a flip to the upside? Okay. It's rather making a deep pullback. Continuing. So let me place the stop loss overall. Stop loss is 44.29. 44.29. So price is not moving up. Price has decided not to move up. Price has decided not to move up. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, so everything is looking good for this trade. So let's reanalyze it again. So looking at the monthly time frame, the monthly time frame is what? An uptrend. The monthly time frame is an uptrend. Price has created this key level over here. If you're looking at the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame too is also the weekly time frame, let's say, is a downtrend, but we have some range. Price needs to what? Fill this range at the weekly time frame. Looking at the daily time frame, but one thing is what? USD card moved a lot last week. It really moved a lot last week. Looking at the daily is an uptrend, so we have this range over here. So I'm expecting this range over here for price to fully fill it. You get it? I'm expecting this range to fully filled by price. Looking at the H4 time frame, H4 time frame is what? H4 time frame is an uptrend. You're having this key level over here. So if you look at the tip of this candle, you notice that the candle tip has been broken. The candle tip, price has broken the candle tip. But one thing that I'm worried about is what's there. Price was far from the area of interest. That's my only worried. So price is pulling back. But the reason is you having this gap. There was a gap over here that I strongly believe price needs to fill this gap before coming down. But I think it's making a deep pullback. a deep pullback. So if it happens, it break this low. I re-strategize myself and what, find an entry again and execute. So the pip range was, I think it was good enough. The pip range is like 20, close to 20 pips. Yeah, it was close to 20 pips. So I think it was enough. Yeah, so the stop loss is 44.29. 1.4429. But I need to factor spread too. So you need to give it a breathing room. So let's say 30. So plus is around 29. 29.3. So this is a stop loss. But currently, so this was the entry point. This was the entry point. This was the stop loss. Was that the take profit? I didn't even check who. Was it? It's not even close to 1 to 1. Hey, what happened? What did I see? But maybe I check it around this side. If you use the H4 this, okay, I think it's far. Yeah, at this point. Yeah, so let's see how lending. If lending opens, maybe price can just move up to fill this gap over there. So you have like how many minutes for lending to open? You have like 22 minutes for lending to open. $22. So the H4 time frame has created this. It has created this support over here. Yeah, so it has created a support over there. So let's see if this small range, the range is very small. The range is very small. The range was very small. But our fate is going to be determined when lending opens. But if I'm in drawdown and lending opens and price is close to my stop loss, because lending opens comes with a spike. Let me see, God. Lending opens comes with a spike. Yeah, so God is doing well. The 30-minute time frame has broken below. Let me focus on USD card. Price is making a deep pullback. Deep pullback. If it happens, it break this low. So the H1 structure too has been broken. Should I cut my losses short? The H1 structure has been broken. I should stick to the plan. Oh, H1 structure has been broken. H1 structure has been broken. Should I close and structure? What do you call it? Structure myself well. This gap. So let's see if the candle close, let's say if the 50-minute candle close below this one, if it's closed below this one, so this is the reason why I mostly say you need to take a trade close to the area of interest. So you see the deep pullback. If price is even going to move up, the deep pullback, because price was very high at where the entry was. Price was very high. Price was very high with where the entry was. So if you take a trade close to the area of interest, I think that one it's mostly fine. Wanna be trader, I close it if the next 15 minutes break previous low. If the 15 minutes close below, because you're having this level right here, you see price is currently rejecting this level. So I'm hoping this level is going to reject price from moving further up. So if 50 minutes candle close below this one, if it's closed below this one, that's when maybe I will exit from the trade. But it's still valid. It's still valid since the H4 hasn't been broken. It's still valid. Price can just make a deep pullback. So you have like 60 minutes for the lending session to open. Our price can just stop you out and it will just move in your favor. That's the annoying part. So let me check out on gold and see. So with gold. So you see that 15 area demand on 15. You see that area as demand 15. I don't get it. What do you mean? Yeah, so those 50-minute support and resistance are not very strong. So I mostly rely on the higher time frame. So this H4 time frame, I don't consider the 15 minutes support and resistances. They are not as reliable as it seems. It can easily be broken. So I'm sure AUD card is a cause. Is it AUD card? Yeah. So let's see how it's going to. But the pullback is deep too much. I don't want to see, because if price is close to the area of interest. If price, so the 50-minute time frame has closed, and it's closed with no wick at the top, at the bottom. Where I entered the trade was price was high from the area of interest. Price was really high from the area of interest. Price was very high. So we have like 30 minutes for the lending session to open. Yeah, price was really high. It should be close to the area of interest. With that one, if you are being in drawdown, it's not going to be as deep as this one. But one thing you need to understand is what you don't determine price. You don't determine price, where price is going to move. So you just, everything is according to my trading plan. Price has just created a support over here. So I was thinking of the continuation. Everything is in accordance with my trading plan. So no hard feelings. In case maybe if it hits stop loss, I followed the plan and it didn't work out. So if this one flips straight to this down, but let's see if lending opens. Lending open is going to bring in some volume. Lending open is going to bring in volume in the market. So let's see. Lending open is going to bring in some volume. So the volume might either go against you or it will be in your favor. It is two things. It's either going to be against you or it's going to be in your favor. What's happening over here? Price is kind of slow. It's kind of slow. Yeah, so gold is doing the do. This range needs to be filled. Gold is definitely going to fill this range. There was a gap to over here. So let me check a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so it will by all means fill this range. So we have like 9 minutes for lending to close. Lending session to open rather. So you see the reason why I mostly say most of the lower time frames like the H1 and those things usually don't get respected. So you see this one got broken. You get it. So you need to understand the time frame. Time frames are very important. Patrick MC, it's been a while. Well, I've changed your logo. Nolly image. The lower time frames are mostly not strong as compared to the higher time frame. But my only concern is I bought it very high. That's my only concern. Yeah, and price has made a deep pullback. So this is the reason why I mostly say you need to buy close to the area of interest. I create and monetize YouTube Facebook channel for people. Okay, that's a nice hustling. So assuming maybe you bought it around the side, price would have been by now be close towards the area of interest. But if you bought since I bought it, so the 15-minute time frame, yeah. Since I bought it at a very high price, now that price is going to climb to this side. So that's what I normally don't like. If I'm not fortunate and price to be in your favor, usually, yeah, so price, the 15-minute time frame has flipped again. So the chances that price is going to go down, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. It's all about risk to reward. So you have like 60 minutes for lending to open. You have like 6 minutes for lending to open. So the way things are moving, if it happens is it moves like further up like that, then lending will just take it off, move it up. You see the skirmishes of gold. These are some of the skirmishes of gold. Just trick you that it's going to move up, then just wake up. Skirmishes. So you have like 4 minutes for lending to open. So let's see how lending. You have like 4 minutes for lending to open. Yeah, so I'm expecting the H4 to just. But last week, one thing is last week, gold USD card really rallied up. Let me check out the weekly time frame. Yeah, so with the weekly time frame, you still have some range over here to fill. With the daily time frame, still have some range for price to fill. But it's currently where its form shows, it's currently ranging. But we are following price, the direction of the H4 time frame, but the range is kind of small. So the most important thing in trading is what? If you are starting out, you need to understand how to manage risks. That's the only important thing. Okay, because the outcome is not going to be determined by you. Don't like solely be relying like as in to be strong. The reason why most people get affected by trading is what? Because they think like their analysis is supposed to be right anytime. That's not how it works. Even though you've analyzed, but you are not the one going to be determine the outcome. You get it? You are not the one to determine the outcome of the trade. So just manage risks. Make sure you understand the amount you are losing. Then keep on executing. And make sure if you are winning, you win big. If you are losing, you lose small. That's the secret in trading success. But a lot of people, especially when I started out in training, I was kind of like I was afraid to execute because I think I'm waiting for the perfect. There was nothing like all the one thing from my 5 years to 6 years experience in trading. One thing I've noticed is what all the trades that most of the trades that only few ones, most of the trades that you are going to be taking, you are going to be thinking twice on. It's kind of not clear with your plan. You get it? Most of them kind of not clear with your plan. So it's all about risks. Please check it if I'm correct. I should check what? Nolly image. You said I should check what? What should I check? You've not sent anything for me to check. So send me the link. So you see now price is kind of, I think I entered, the where I entered was very high. Where I entered the trade was, so the lending, we have some few seconds for lending to open. We have some few seconds for lending to open. So lending is open. I think I entered where I entered price was very high. I would have been in profit by now. I think, yeah, so that's why I don't usually. So the H1 formed with no wick. The chances that it's going to pull back is very high. Yeah, I entered where I entered was very high. It wasn't a good entry. It wasn't a good entry. It wasn't a good entry at all. I'm still see how price has moved and still price hasn't gotten to my entry. So it tells you I was impulsive with my entry. It tells you I was impulsive with my entry. So I think it even gave an opportunity. So the 30 minutes high has been broken. The 30 minutes high has been broken. So the chances that price can pull back is very high because the candle formed with open with no wick at the top, at the bottom. It opens with no wick at the bottom. So it can pull back. Yeah. It can pull back. If I got a good price, I should have been in break even by now. Price opens with no wick at the top. So the chances that this one can just flip, move down is very, very high. The candle opens with no wick. It opens with no wick, so the chances that price can just pull back again is high. Price can just pull back again is high. That's my concern or worried now. Price can just pull back again because there was no wick at the top. Yeah, so exactly what I said. So you see, exactly what I said. Price is kind of trying to pull back to create the wick. Price is trying to come down to create that wick. Exactly. Yeah, so exactly what I said. The wick has been created. The wick has been created. Where we entered was very, very high. Price was very high. It wasn't a good price. I didn't get a good price at all. So you see the wick has been created. See the wick has been created, a pullback. You get it. The wick has been created. So we are monitoring it at what? The 15-minute time frame. But strongly, this week was this gap. You get it. This gap is what I'm hoping price is going to fill. This gap is what I'm hoping. This gap is what I'm hoping price is going to fill. So I think now everyone has learned something over here. That's mostly with your area of interest. You need to take trades that are close to the area of interest. So you see the mistake I did today, because I was very confident that this gap is going to fill. So price unfortunately made a deep pullback before it's moving up. So like I should have entered it around maybe close to this side. By now you would have been in profit. And if you break even, you would have broken even by now. You get it. But because I entered it around this side, price is still in what? Drawdown. I'm still in drawdown. You get it. So always take trades. Make sure the trade is close to your support or resistance. Your trade should close to support. There was a clean market structure over here. Okay, there was a clean market structure over here. There was a clean market structure over here. So the moment this one flipped, I was very confident that price is going to continue up because it gave a clean structure. So I was very confident that price is going to continue up. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, so it's starting to pull back. It has now created a pullback. Price has now pulled back. Did you see the charts? I said if you want to send charts, you need to send. I can't go to the WhatsApp and just come back. If you want to send chat, send the link in the chat box for me to review it. Yeah, so it's making a deep pullback again. So let me check it from the H1 time frame, H4 time frame. I didn't get a good price at all. Wow. Spread is kind of high. So the wick that I talked about, that even though price is making it moving up, but the wick will be created. So you see exactly the wick has been created. Exactly the wick has been created. So it's kind of sketchy now. It's kind of sketchy. Well, I've been in this trade like 2 hours. Close to 2 hours. Close to 2 hours. I might call it a day. So what you risk per trade depends on your account size and depends on what you want. So if you are trading your personal account, it depends on your intention. If you are trading a prop, maybe if you are trading a prop account, it depends on how much you want it based on your risk appetite. So how I risk, you can't use the same risk as in risk is personal, risk is subjective. Percentage I don't do, it depends. If I'm trading my personal accounts, I risk monitoring terms, like maybe it depends on the account size. And when I'm with profit, maybe with 2%. When it comes to profit, maybe 2%, yeah, max, or maybe 1 point. It depends. You get, so you have to, first of all, before you risk on a trade, you need to understand your skill level. How good are you based on your strategy and those stuffs. So it depends on your skill level and your strategy. Some strategy is having what, low win rates with good risk reward. So you need to understand some strategy to have some high win rate. So you need to understand all these nuances. So risk is subjective. So sit down and analyze and just ask yourself, what do you call it? Ask yourself your skill level, how good are you with your analysis and those stuffs before you risk. So the trade is kind of, I'm now I've lost even confidence in the trade. I've lost confidence in the trade. It's a buy. Why are you a market maker? So the 15-minute time frame has broken the low. So now I'm thinking the 15-minute time frame has broken the low. So you see, Nolly image. You see the reason why most of your psychology gets affected, because you feel like you don't have to lose the trade. That's what mostly you people feel like. You get it. You feel like, oh, my system, this thing needs to work out. Then you extend your stop loss. You extend your stop loss. You should be working out by hook or crook. Then you extend your stop loss. We have participants. Okay. You have participants. So you need to understand a trade can be a win, it can be a lose. So the level is getting respected. The level is getting respected. The level is getting respected, but the MH15 has broken. Mostly, the way I trade, if I execute a trade issue, the drawdown shouldn't be much. If I go into drawdown for a very long time, then the chances of the trade not playing out is very high. So my first trade in my challenge, $50 to $1,000, and the trade is making. So I'm giving myself a challenge this month. I want to flip $50 to $1,000 this month, $500 or $1,000 by the end of the month. And my first trade is kind of, I'm hoping this one NFP. I'm not going to have NFP effect. NFP days are kind of very bad days. Weeks are very bad weeks. NFP weeks are kind of bad weeks. NFP effect. Okay, guys, the trade is kind of slow, so you just adjust your stop loss and allow it to play out. So this is my stop loss. Okay, this is my stop loss. I can't be on the stream for 2 to 3 hours. I have something doing. So adjust your stop loss accordingly. Okay. Okay. See you guys. The market is slow to play out. So if anything, I'll get you updated. All right. So see you same time Thursday. Bye. Bye.